This is Slice Series. Hi, I am Lee Normandes. Welcome to our 10th episode, Deep into the Language Struggle. A quick thank you to our podcast producers for making this series possible and your unflagging support for the Slice Series. If you want to continue to watch high-quality episodes like this, please do not hesitate to shout us with likes and comments and subscribe to our channels. You can now follow us on YouTube and Anchor for more interesting videos. Best regards, Lee Normandes. Slice 1. Our Distinct Power. From a certain perspective, we human beings are quite special. We are hardwired to communicate our ideas with the help of a not less special means called language. If a person happens to be with another person from a different cultural background on an exotic island that's super far from the mainland, they will find themselves interacting with one another at some point in the future, for the sake of their survival or other well-founded reasons such as reducing loneliness. We pick up languages in different ways. Through imitation, like when we were children, our parents produced some basic vowels for us to mimic. Through face-to-face conversations with different people who speak our target language, or through videos like this. But regardless of what means available to you, you will probably find yourself hooked on the idea that we are programmed to use language as a way to empower, to express ourselves, and to understand who we are in this world first, then explore new things about the people around us in the vast universe that has been made more fascinating with the power of spoken words for thousands of years through storytelling. Now, according to the renowned psychologist Steven Pinker, it is a kind of instinct that is basically not nurtured through formal education or mere imitation. Now you understand our distinct power. Slice 2. Digging into the struggle. Sometimes the distinct power that we were talking about doesn't work, and this usually happens when we are not in the right environment, taught by excellent teachers, or in the right frame of mind. In episode 7, I was talking about some long-lasting myths surrounding language speaking skills that a vast majority of us unconsciously embrace. And if you still have accepted that pack of lies, you may not be in the right frame of mind either. But regardless of the reason why we are getting stuck in the middle of the journey, the struggle is, well, real. It's not something that is all in your mind. Quite a few bilingual people are with you on this unpleasant journey that you are working on, so the struggle can be referred to as a collective fight, a fight against something that blocks our way, impedes our progress, and gets us down so many times that we at least once think about giving up. Now, there is one key concept that we need to know when we want to dig deeper into our learning process: the learning curve. This concept is referred to a graphical representation of how an increase in learning measured on the vertical axis comes from greater experience, the horizontal axis, or how the more someone or thing does something, the better they get it. And it shows this schematic plot, among others, as an example. There are a few types of learning curves we need to bear in mind. The first one is shallow learning curve. A shallow learning curve means it's a nice, quick process. You learn something very quickly and easily. The opposite to a shallow learning curve is a steep learning curve. A steep learning curve is an expression that is often used in colloquial speech to describe the initial difficulty of learning something that is considered to be very challenging. The implication is that learning will be slow and arduous, but after that struggling point, you will probably find it much easier and see your progress. There are many stages in learning a language, depending on how you divide the process. Some would divide it into 4 stages using the metaphor an airplane taking flight, taking off, managing the bumps, getting altitude, and cruising, or into 5 stages: pre-introduction, early production, speech emergence, intermediate fluency, and advanced fluency, or into 5 stages from elementary school to college. And chances are that steep learning curve occurs when you first start to learn a language, when you are nothing more than a white sheet of paper that needs to be written on, when almost every piece of knowledge is a pain to endure. Another steep learning curve you might encounter is a stage when you are upper intermediate, wanting to reach the advanced level. As you can see, some learners acquire a second language more quickly and easily than others. Some learners show more determination, some work harder, some are more persistent, but there are other factors that influence learning process, and these all play a role in the speed and acquisition of the new language. Factor 1. Age. Children are often considered as a sponge, which means they are able to take in information without much effort. And those who have literacy skills in their native language seem to be more able to acquire other languages easily. You may think about adults who have a very high level of language despite their age. Well, older learners can be successful too, with the right type of inner motivation, but here's the thing. They generally do not achieve the native speaking pronunciation and intonation that younger children naturally do. That's why a lot of parents, particularly Vietnamese ones, try to push their kids a little bit hard sometimes. Factor 2. Personality. If you think about introversion versus extroversion, you're right. More outgoing students who don't worry too much about mistakes and are more willing to take risks seem to do better. They get more practice, are more immersed with native speakers, and gain more confidence. Introverted or anxious learners tend to make slower progress, most noticeably in their oral language skills. But it doesn't mean they're slow on the uptake or never make any progress. Unlucky for them, our contemporary world treats introverts quite unfairly. You know it. Factor 3. Motivation. Whether intrinsic or extrinsic in nature, motivation plays a significant role with language achievement. If a student enjoys the language and learning or does well in this area of study, he or she will continue to excel. Additionally, if the language is needed to further a certain goal, like acceptance at a desired university, career goals, speaking to relatives, etc., then those students will make greater efforts to learn the language, and in turn they will make quicker progress. English language learners who are encouraged by their teachers and families, and those students in environments that encourage education, are more likely to see more progress. Factor 4. Experiences. Any student who has lived in other countries and has been exposed to travel, diverse cultures, and languages has a stronger base for learning. Students who might have a pen pal, opportunities to Skype or interface with native speakers, and those who have English-speaking friends will learn more easily. Factor 5. Native language. Students who are learning a second language, which happens to be from the same language family and may even use the same alphabet system and many of the phonetic sounds as their native language, are apt to have an easier time. Factor 6. General aptitude or cognitive abilities. Students with greater aptitude and cognitive abilities will learn faster. They can grasp language patterns and structure more easily. They acquire new vocabulary words quicker and are more fluent speakers and writers of their new language. Factor 7. Curriculum and instruction. Allowing the students to gain language from all curricular areas is key to language success. To keep a child out of regular mainstream classes because their language level is beneath the level of instruction does not afford students the opportunity to be exposed to content-rich areas and native speakers commensurate with their age. Teachers who naturally differentiate content and provide needed language support help contribute greatly to these children's linguistic development. Slide 3. The steep learning curve is not a permanent curse. The slide series is a long, arduous journey made possible by hard work and mental strength. Truth be told, sometimes I pause to reflect on whether what I was doing would add up or have an impact on the community. But as a tutor and a keen language learner, I would never allow myself to give up. You can view what I have said so far as a motivational speech. It doesn't matter. And I'm very pleased to be a motivational speaker. Vietnamese students are quite lucky, you and me, and the younger generations, I would say. We came into contact with the English language since we were in primary school. It's just that the teaching methods at school are not always effective. But to be an independent learner, you have to learn it in a personalized way. If you watch all of the 9 episodes we made about different language items of the English language, you'll see that a wide range of methods and a right attitude or mindset are part of the equation. Slide 4. Our nurtured genius. 99% of us are not geniuses, and actually I don't want to be one of them, how boring it might be. But by genius, I would like to say that we should think of it not as an inherent ability, but as something that could be nurtured through education and practice. A genius can be born with innate talents, but he or she could also be one with the right practice. Some of my friends are geniuses through hard work and a little bit of wit that is nurtured in a very conscious way, and that is genius. Slide 5. Anniversary. The The Slash series is now 1 year old, producing 10 episodes with different contents that we hope can motivate you to learn a new language and clarify some important points about learning, about life, and about ourselves. Your likes, your comments, and your shares have always been of great importance to development of our channel. Our team, Della, Dukabi, Aurora, and me, want to thank you all. Good luck with your learning process, enjoy life, expand your vision, hang in there. It's not the end of the story. Want to know more about how writing a diary can lighten up the dark inside struggling people? Its power will be seen by us all in the next episode. Anne Frank, a devoted diary writer, inspires many generations to take up writing as a way to share, to love, and to remember. How did it all begin?